Back now to that breaking news. The IDF says 2 more hostages are now free. They're on their way back as we speak to Israel. Even more hostages are expected to be freed and handed over to the Red Cross today. This as Israel and Hamas have agreed to extend that ceasefire. We are now in the 7th day of a pause. Hours after the truce was extended, Secretary of State Antony Blinken was back in the region, visiting the Palestinian Authority president in the West Bank. He also went to Jerusalem and met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and members of the war cabinet. The prime minister told Secretary Blinken that nothing would stop Israel from destroying Hamas, and he reiterated that the war would continue until all of the hostages are freed. Joining me now from Tel Aviv is Omer Levi, former Israel Defense Forces captain. Thank you for being back with us. I appreciate you being here. What happens once this pause expires?
Thank you. Good morning. When the pause will expire, the IDF will need to go on full force and continue towards areas of the Gaza Strip that have not been cleaned yet by the IDF. We're talking about mainly the center of the Gaza Strip and most of the southern part of the Gaza Strip, areas like Rafah and Khan Yunis, where there's a lot of Hamas bases over there and control that is being done from there of the organization.
And how great is the concern that over the last 7 days, Hamas has had ample time to regroup, reassess, rearm when the pause expires?
There is concern, but you need to understand that it goes both ways. Our soldiers also had a time to rest. Military operations and plans were made how to proceed with the war after the ceasefire will end. And once it will end and the stage of releasing hostages will come to an end, we will go on and we will see the IDF continues as it done before.
The focus has been on the north. We've seen that over the last several of weeks. You talk about central Gaza. Once the fighting moves to the south, will the strategy for the IDF be any different? And I ask that question given the pressure from the U.S. and others to, in the words of some U.S. senators, stop indiscriminately bombing some areas, killing innocent civilians.
So first of all, I don't think there has been some indiscriminate bombing of any area. Anything that was done by the IDF was done after a lot of calculations and the best way to avoid civilian casualties. Of course, when Israel will move on to areas that it called civilians to be evacuated to, it will need to recalculate how it will operate in those areas. We will probably see less air bombings, and we'll see more and more ground forces going in without any air support. Not at all, but much less than we have seen in the northern side. We need to remember that the northern part of Gaza was the main city of Gaza, the center of Hamas leadership. Now we will see more refugee camps, more crowded areas. So yes, the fighting will need to be different than it was on the northern part of Gaza. And I'm sure the IDF is capable of handling this task.
About 2 months since Hamas attacked, what do we know now that we may not have known 8 or so weeks ago about the Hamas terror group and their capabilities?
I don't think that something has surprised Israel. I mean, it's the same as any other operation. We're seeing their fighting methods. They're using their civilians to hide behind them. They're using civilian structures and buildings as well as facilities to fight with it from within. They will use residential buildings. They will use schools and medical centers. And we have seen it all along the war, and this will continue as the war goes on. This is the enemy. This is who we're fighting against, and this is what we will need to deal with.
Looking forward, and it may be well in the distance, but what will Israel need to do for those living in Israel to regain trust and security and safety, given what we have seen over the last 8 weeks when their security was robbed on the 7th?
we have to remember that once this is over, there can be no Hamas. There can be no Hamas outpost.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.